All right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to today's live webinar where we're going to take a look at the crypto markets and the forex market. So hope you guys are having a great Thursday. Remember to hit the likes, and if you have any questions, please let me know. So we have the CPI news and the FOMC is done. So I've been taking a break from trading during those news events because it's when you're trading a 100% technical system, you don't want to trade through major news events. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go back into the markets and we're going to see what interesting setups we have in the crypto market and the forex market. We're going to actually begin with the crypto market because we have a lot of interesting alerts here on the slingshot indicator for shorts following the FOMC yesterday. So we're going to be seeing if we have any shorts on altcoins. Before we look at that, I want to give out a huge thank you and shout out to Prime XPT for sponsoring these live streams and this channel. So if you want to join a exchange where you can trade both crypto and forex on the same exchange by using crypto as collateral, check out the link in the description, and you can use the code in the description to get up to a 7k USD deposit bonus. So definitely check that out if you want to try out the forex market. I know that most of you watching here are long-term followers. What's up, man? Good morning. Probably long-term followers from the crypto space, right? And I do trade the crypto market as well and the forex market, and it's kind of like it's because of Prime XPT, right? Because I was able to use my crypto as collateral to trade test out the forex market as well. And that's why when I learned to develop a system that fits the both markets, and it's the RLZ slingshot system that we're teaching in the trading room. Now, if you're not a member of the trading room already, you can use the link in the description below, and you will be able to click that link. It will take you to a form. You can read some information on the trading room, and if you want to try it out. And a quick update as well. I've been working on the RLZ Slingshot playbook, basically a book explaining the whole system. It's going to be included in the trading program for all the program students. It's going to be it's growing by the day, so it's at around 40 pages right now. And basically, what it is, I'm breaking down the whole RLZ Slingshot system, and I'm now also adding more stuff to the book. I'm adding a lot of stuff on trading psychology and some tips and tricks on how I manage my mindset throughout the day of trading. And it's actually very important. I think this week has been a great example of where you really need to be patient, right? Because this week we've had a lot of major news events, and we still have some coming up. You can look at the economic calendar right here, and you'll see that I think we have the Bank of England. Yeah, so in 4 hours we have the Bank of England interest rate decision, and then after that, in 5 hours we have the ECB interest rate decision, and then we have retail sales for the US, and then after that we have the ECB press conference. A lot of big news events today as well, so it's going to be a little bit tricky navigating the markets. But now that the FOMC and the CPI news are out of the way, we can go back and look at the markets to see if we can find any interesting trades. This week has definitely been testing my patience in the sense of in the sense of not trading, basically, because of this. So first of all, let's go through the alerts on the RLZ slingshot indicator to see if we have anything that kind of lines up with the system. We get one short signal right here on AXS. I don't like that one. Let's see if we can find anything that's more clear. Let's see, we have some on the forex market as well. So NCD USD gave us a long signal right here. That is not in my opinion, not a good trade, but we're definitely going to be looking closer at that one as well. GBP CHF, also not a good signal. NCD CAD. I know this was one of the trades I look to potentially enter after the after the FOMC yesterday. But now that the FOMC is done, we can see that this did not work out the way I wanted. So basically what I was looking for here, we have the confirmation inside the reload zone right here. And what we looked for was basically a break and retest of the 50% and confluent with that weekly open for a move up to the minus 0.618 as always. It's an interesting trade idea, but and it's still, I would say it might actually still be valid. So we're going to be having that on our watch list and watch that more carefully. So now we're into the actual altcoins right here, and we can look at Uni. So this is Uniswap right here, and obviously this is not a trade. I mean, it's coming down and it's actually testing a support area here, confluent with the weekly open and the monthly open. And if I add the fibs right here, you'll see that it's also confluent with the reload zone. So that's not going to be a trade that we are looking to take. Are you surprised with the market's reaction from last night's speech? No, I'm not at all. That was expected, You look at the, we can cover that. We can look at Bitcoin. So what I was surprised by was the dump. So what I was expecting, it doesn't really matter because it played out anyway. But what I was expecting was a pump into the decision rate and then a dump during the press conference. I mean, that's what we expected, right? Because the CPI numbers were quite good. Interest rate decision was as expected. And what we expected was basically Powell to come out during the press conference and calm the market and say, oh, hold on, like it's not time to be full on bullish right here. So now hold your horses. That sort of speech, and that's what we got right now. I talked about this on Twitter, and I talked about this, and I posted in the market update channel as well, telling you guys that it's Bitcoin is at resistance, and it's happening at the same time as FOMC. This is not a time to be long, even though I'm long term. That's a whole nother topic, but it's not the time to start buying this pump right here. We came up, we hit that resistance, and resistance acts as resistance. It's not very surprising. Now, what's happening on Bitcoin is we're coming down and we're testing the previous range highs right here. Now, this is obviously a solid support level, and as long as Bitcoin stays above this level, I would say that it's a fairly good indication of strength. Because what happened was we had this was the CPI news stuff, right? This was when the inflation data came out, and as long as we kind of hold that level, where the level that the move caused by CPI, so this breakout level right here, which is around 17, let's say 17.3. I think that's a good level, 17.3. If that, can add I'm just gonna name this CPI level. If we can hold this so-called CPI level, there's definitely some strength in Bitcoin, and you can see that the local trend right here is somewhat bullish. We might come down. We might come down here, hit that level, which should also be confluent with the 618. Yeah, it's right in the reload zone right there. It's a good level. Now that might be a good long opportunity. Depends on where the moving averages are. And by adding the RLZ slingshot indicator, we can see that it's testing the daily 50 EMA, and that's probably why it's holding so well as support. So it's testing the daily 50 EMA, confluent with the 50% fib and the 4-hour 20 EMA. You can also see that stochastics is coming down below 30 here. So there's definitely an argument to be made here for a possible bounce on Bitcoin right here. So I do like this. It looks fairly interesting here for a possible long. But obviously, when you look at the daily chart, it's you know, it's not looking very pretty. You know, it hit that resistance area. It is, however, I mean, it did reclaim the daily 50. That's a good thing, right? But overall, longing here would be rather risky trade, and it really needs to have good confirmation. But it's something I'm watching. It's definitely something I'm watching. So continuing with the altcoin signals here, we don't have anything on Uni, Litecoin. Well, this is nothing. You can see that when it's in a range, it's going to give you a lot of signals, and there's going to be few signals which are of interest. And we're not going to be following any of the signals that, for example, if it gives a short signal, right, like this one, when it's above the daily moving averages, that's not going to be a signal to follow. You want these signals and everything to be aligned with the daily moving averages, because we're technical analysts and traders, so we follow the trends, right? Mana. Now this is interesting. Now this is a good short signal. Now obviously at this stage it might be gone, but we're going to be keeping that on, and we're going to be going through the list. Algo, interesting, and XTZ, which should be Tesla's, right? Also interesting. Phil, interesting as well. And you can see that the interesting ones are basically going to look exactly the same. Same thing with VChin right here. XRP, well, looks like a very clear range. Got SHIB, also very clear range. Matic, also a clear range on Matic. Dodge is definitely interesting for that short signal. Cardano, I don't think so. Let's see, a lot of signals, man, like a lot of signals after the FOMC here yesterday. All right, so now we're back at the old ones. All right, so let's go through this list right here. Rune looks interesting as well. Let's take a look at Rune. Yeah, Rune looks very interesting for a possible long, actually. So this might line up nicely with the long on Bitcoin. So let's add a few levels here. We got that one. The one right here. Have a level right here, but I also think the best level is probably this one. I believe that's the one we should focus on. I'm going to keep the horizontal lower just in case it's I mean it's complement with the weekly open here, and I really do like this level right here as well. So let's add the fibs here. You'll see that the first level is in nice complement with the 50%, and then you have the midpoint of the reload zone on the lower level, also complement with the weekly open. I think that would be a great level to test on Rune. It's probably also, you have that trend line going, something like that, which, I mean, it's interesting, right? So what we're doing here is we're going to be adding an alert right here above the 50. I'm going to edit that alert, and I'm going to write look for longs on 4-hour confirmation. And basically what I mean by 4-hour confirmation is a 4-hour bullish engulfing candle or a rounded bottom with the stochastics RSI being below 30. So that's what we're watching on Rune. Let's look at Mana, because we had a possible short here. Now, do we want to short altcoins while Bitcoin is actually testing somewhat of interesting support there? I don't think so. I mean, the right place to short altcoins were on that 4-hour candle closure that we got yesterday after the FOMC. And it actually lines up fairly nicely with the system. It actually lines up perfectly. So the way I like to trade this is when you have that 4-hour bearish engulfing candle, and in this case, the rejection here and the rounded top is confluent with the reload zone. It's also confluent with the weekly open, and somewhat of a horizontal level here as well, right? So when you have this, it's a break and a retest, not a clean rounded retest, not a perfect retest, but still valid, right? What I do is when you have that confirmation on the 4 hour, I like to place my short orders on the retest of the 50% fib stop loss above the swing point that created the setup, basically. And it's so, guys, it's so simple. Like this is my system, and it's so incredibly simple, and it's just such a nice way of trading. It's just you don't really have to spend a lot of time analyzing, especially not with the RLZ slingshot indicator, which I'm working on to upgrade to be able to offer to the trading program members and the members of the community. As I'm working on update on that one. And you know, I mean, the average of this one would be 2.8, which is very good actually. So I this trade right here is very nice. The reason why, you know, I didn't want to enter these short signals on the altcoins, well, first of all, it happened a little bit late, so I left my office before these signals came in, and also I felt that, you know, maybe I want to give the market a little bit more time to digest the kind of break down the news event, the FOMC, and break all of that down. I think it's just it's very important that we understand the idea that the market will always be there. The market's going to be there tomorrow. The market will always be there the next day. There's no reason to feel FOMO. There's no reason to panic. There's no reason to feel stressed over the fact that we have to enter a trade right at that very moment. As soon as you start feeling those feelings of stress and FOMO, it's better just to let it go and take it easy, right? But yeah, Mana, this is a beautiful example of a trade here. Now, did we miss this one? Now, yeah, it's too late to enter this one. It's absolutely too late to enter this one. The next trade on Mana, I'm actually going to save this one. Give me a... I'm on the wrong short layout here as well, but that's the one on Mana. Now, the next trade on Mana will be probably something like this, right? But it's if it moves like this, it might be in a range, so I wouldn't be really interested in that. So it is what it is. We move on and we see if there's any other interesting altcoins that might provide a trade idea, either right now, today, or later today. And when we're done with the altcoins, we're obviously going to go to look at the Forex market. Now, this is an interesting one. This is really interesting because we have stochastics is still in a good area right here. The weekly open is in a good area with the 0.61. I mean, you can see here that the weekly open right here is in perfect confluence with the 0.618. What I'm not liking about this one is the fact that there's a quite obvious support area right here, and that support area did act as support right after that signal got fired. So what I'm watching is altcoins that have already broken down and then retesting that low time frame support level. So this is not going to be a trade. Interesting, but not a trade. So we got Teslas right here, and same thing here. We have a nice rejection inside the reload zone. Everything aligns perfectly right here, and the entry would have happened on the retest of the 50%. Stop loss will probably be above the weekly open right here. It's a very good example of how we can use the RLZ slingshot indicator to automate our trading as well. And you can see here, if you go and look at the let's see, if you look at the RLZ alerts channel right here, you'll see that all of these alerts came in to that channel. So all you have to do is look at the chart right here and see, like, does this look like a break in retest? Does it look like a move in a trending market? And if you like what you see on the chart right here, you go into trading view and you do your own analysis to see if it's something worth following. So it's a perfect addition to the trading program members that are learning the details of the system and how to actually trade it. And the idea is to help you guys, give you a roadmap and a structure to, you know, take your trading to the next level and start trading full time professionally. Not right after the program, obviously, but hopefully in a couple of months or maybe a year or so after the program, you'll have the confidence necessary. Look at that; it's absolutely beautiful. It's perfect. The break and retest of this level is just very good. Why I'm doing this, why I'm saving new chart layouts, is because I'm saving some of the good looking entries. I'm saving for educational purposes. Perhaps want to make some videos on these entry triggers, how they are different from others, and add them to the RLC playbook, as well as examples of trade setups. So that one is gone, even though it's a beautiful example of a trade. We also have fill. Now fill is different. Filecoin, I believe this is, but you know, it's definitely interesting. If you isolate this, very local trend right here, you'll see that you have a very nice local downtrend right here. And if you add the fibs here, you'll see that that rejection happened inside the reload zone, and this rejection happened inside the reload zone as well. And both of these rejections gave us a short signal. So it's a pretty decent signals. Now, if you zoom out, like this, you will quickly see that it's no more than a range, right? It's no more than a range. Now, of course, that signal right here came in on a break and retest of the range EQ area. So this could definitely be traded as a range trade, where you have confluence with the very local trend and the break and retest of range EQ, and it also aligns with the slingshot system, right? So and I mean, it's not like this can only be traded using the slingshot system. And this is a very simple break and retest of a horizontal level. I mean, you can remove all the indicators and everything, and you'll see that it's just a simple break and retest of a horizontal level. Possible to trade this with a very simple approach, and that's actually the very basis of the system is a break and retest of horizontal levels. And the idea with that is I wanted to create a system which incorporates the fundamental truth of the markets, which is basically you look at trending markets and you look for a break and retest of a horizontal level in a trending market, because a trending market usually continues to trend. And that's what I like to do. When it comes to TA, I mean, we want to identify trends, right? We want to identify trends, and we want to ask ourselves, how can we participate in this trend while managing our risk accordingly? That's all it is. It's very simple. V-chain also in the major range. Dodge, well, Dodge is different. It's not really in a range. Now, this is actually in a local downtrend. So this is a good short signal right here, but entry is gone. Now, I think because of the fact that Bitcoin is now testing support, it's retesting support over and over again. So I don't think this is a fairly strong support. I think the strong support is down here at around 17.4. And if we bounce here, we might want to look some longs on altcoins. And on the way down, when we break this level on the way down here, there might be a possible short entry on a few altcoins, but I'm not really seeing that right now. So it's a yeah, it's a situation, not the best situation to be looking at longs on altcoins. And you can also see here on Rune that this level right here has already been tested twice, and I don't want to buy the third retest. Now we have a level down here which is like completely untested, which would maybe line up with the fact that Bitcoin might, where's Bitcoin? Where's Bitcoin? Right here. That idea of breaking that level might line up with Bitcoin testing the 17.3 area. So let me kind of summarize this. My whole try to explain my idea here with Bitcoin and altcoin in an easy to understand way. So Bitcoin is currently testing the 4-hour 20 EMA, the 50% fib, and the daily 50 EMA. This is very strong resistance, but it's been tested quite a lot. And it's not looking like price is respecting that level very well. However, if we do have a 4-hour bullish engulfing candle right here with stochastics coming down and maybe even printing a rounded bottom right here, we have a possible long signal on Bitcoin, and TP1 would be around 18.2. If that happens, we obviously would be very interested in going long on any altcoin that looks like Rune, right? So remember, the trend needs to be clear. The trend needs to be bullish. The buy needs to happen on a break and retest of a horizontal level in the trend, and price needs to be above the 4-hour 20 and 50 EMA, as well as the daily 20 and 50 EMA as well. You're not going to find a lot of altcoins that are showing this, especially not a lot of altcoins that are above the daily 50 and the daily 20 EMA. If you find that and it's in a good uptrend, those are the altcoins you want to be buying when Bitcoin bounces here. If Bitcoin breaks down, the next level below is 17.3. And you don't want to switch it around. You want to look at altcoins in a downtrend below the daily 20 and 50 EMA, which are also below the daily, the 4-hour 20 and 50 EMA and the daily 20 and 50 EMA, which is Cardano. Monero is actually in an uptrend, so this is one of the long scenarios. Algo is in a very clear downtrend. Algo, I think Algo would be one of the interesting shorts, right? I think Algo would definitely be one of the interesting shorts. And the idea here would be to see Bitcoin break down, right? We want to see Bitcoin break down, and we want to see Algo kind of close a 4-hour bullish engulfing, 4-hour bearish engulfing candle down here. And then what we want to do is we want to place short orders on the retest of the 50% fib, and that would be the trade. So we wait for, and let me show you an example of that, right? We have a Matic or Mana. So Mana was actually a great example of that. We had the 4-hour bearish engulfing candle closing below the 50%, and then a retest up to 50% fib. That's what we're looking at on Algo, right? A 4-hour bearish engulfing candle confirms the breakdown. Put short orders on, I guess, this level right here. Stops above the wicks of the structure that created the swing, the rejection, which is this right here, the swing point. TP1 would be at around 1 hour. And then you just follow it down. So the risk to reward on this trade, not the best, like 2R, like 2R trade. So not the best risk to reward. But I mean, if you feel like you could definitely try to let this run as well, because if Bitcoin will just break down, but I don't think that's a good idea, because I do think Bitcoin will potentially bounce at 17.3. So that's what I'm currently looking at. So what I want to do now is I'm going to go through all the altcoins on Prime XBT and see which ones are in a uptrend and which ones are in a downtrend. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to try to categorize them between the best looking shorts and the best looking longs. We have 38 altcoins, so this is going to be quite quickly. Basically, what I'm doing here is I'm just looking for clear trends. And you know what? I'm actually going to remove a Cardano because it's not a clear trend. Algo, yes. Atom, no. AVAX, yes. It's gone. BNB, yeah, BNB looks good. Dodge. So just a tip here: when you scan the markets, you press the spacebar to go to the next item in the list, and then you hold the left Alt key and press Enter to add it to the last used watch list. So Dodge is added. Dot, adding that one as well. EJLD, adding that one. EOS, I don't like that one. BTC, let's not add these. Fill, range, FTM range. I don't think I have to announce all the coins I'm watching. Let me just gonna add the ones I like. We're then gonna go through the list to see if we have anything interesting. So what I'm looking for is an overall structure that is either bullish or bearish. The BTC pairs are looking very weak. So you might want to see some shorts on that. All right, so that's the list, right? We'll go to the green list. We got new. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to categorize this into ones and twos, and the twos are going to be the, actually we begin with two, so the twos are going to be the least interesting ones, and the ones are going to be the most interesting ones. So algo is a 1, AVAX is a 2, EGLD is a 1, and what separates the ones and the twos are basically the clarity of the trend, if that makes sense. Is it a clear trend or is it a range? If it's a clear trend, it goes into 1. If it's a range, it stays in 2. But none of these will be ranges though, because I've already categorized them. But what I do is I try to categorize them of basically the best looking trends with the cleanest and clearest swing highs and swing lows, and best also if they have like clear rejection of horizontal levels. Right, so these are the ones, algo. So these are the ones I'm going to be monitoring. Now algo is moving higher. What's happening on Bitcoin? Seeing a low time frame, like a very low time frame bounce here, reacting to that level. So there's no trade at this very moment, but these are the altcoins I'm going to be monitoring. So now let's head over to the Forex market to see if we have anything happening in the Forex market. Go to we have an alert on gold. Gold is breaking down. This is not interesting anymore. I think I can just remove all the drawings on gold. It's not really valid anymore because it looks like the trend is perhaps coming to an end. We definitely have changes in behavior here. So we're seeing the first clues of changes in behavior of this trend right here. So I'm actually quite excited to get back in the market. It's like it's been tough couple of days trying to stay patient and disciplined, not trading. So I'm happy to be back and looking at these trades. So GBP, you know what? Let's go to the orange list right here. So this is going to be a big, we're going to go through everything, right? So we're just going to go through everything. So the way I have this structured now is I have 1, 2, and 3. So I have list number 1, list number 2, and list number 3. What I'm going to do is I'm first going to go through list number 3 for interesting pairs, interesting trends, basically markets that are interesting in one way or another. They will be added to the second list. I will then go through the second list to see which ones are most interesting. But if you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to hit that like button to activate that YouTube algo, so we can get some more people in here and we can teach them about the simplicity of trading and teach people that trading does not have to be very complicated. It's all about following trends and getting in on the break and retest. Actually, I think successful trading has more to do with what mental approach you're having in the markets. All right, so gold. Is this a 2? Not at this point. Not at this point. I'm just going to be adding alerts. So this stays as a 3. GBP AD is a 2. AD CAD is also 2 because the trend is very clear. Euro NCD is not a 2. AUD NCD stays, well, actually, you know what? This is going to be a 2. GBP JPY, well, I like this. It's starting to become a pretty decent trend right here. Euro JPY, looking interesting. CAD CHF, clear trend. GBP USD, also very clear trend. We get a very clear trend here as well. Even though this looks like it's about to break down, we still have a pretty decent trend here. This stays as a 2. Euro AUD, kind of have to add this as a 2. So as you can see here, there's a lot of pairs which are showing great trends. Very like beautiful trending markets right here. And that's what we want to see, right? We want to see some good trends we can enter. Now the question is, can we enter them today or tomorrow, or do we have to wait until next week? USD JPY. Well, you know, it's interesting. The ones that are left in the list number 3 will not, I'm not going to monitor them very closely. Not on a daily basis, probably on a more of a weekly basis. And the list number 2 I will monitor on a daily basis, and the list number 1 is you know, our markets that I'm willing to trade same day. Well, I guess Ethereum and Bitcoin has to be moved up to the second list because it's actually in at least a local trend. All right, so let's go through the second list again to see if we can add something to the first list. Well, I do actually like GBP AUD here. So the possible trade idea I'm watching here would be something like this. You add the fibs from that low, and if you come up and test the range highs right here, you might get a retest. Like that would be the idea, right? But even with that, let's look at the daily. It's testing a pretty. Nah, this is not gonna be a trade. Not gonna be a trade. So I've learned, like, when I did my monthly journal review here the other day, I went through all the trades in January. I mean, not January, in November, and I figured out that I need to trade less. I need to be way more selective on my trades. So that's what I'm doing in December, and that's what I'm gonna try to do all throughout next year. Just be very, very selective. I don't have to trade every day. I don't have to trade every week. I only really have to take somewhere between 1 and 3 trades a week. Even just 1 trade a week, and I'm good, you know? Because like my profit goal for a week is anywhere between 1 and 5 R. So if you're risking 1% per trade, my profit goal would be anywhere between 1 and 5% profit per week. Now, if I make, let's say, 5% profit every week, that's actually very profitable. That's 20% in a month. I know a lot of professional traders which have a yearly profit target of anywhere between 20 and 50 is good. So if you're able to make like 10-20% a week, you're actually very profitable. To compare this to, and a lot of you watching this might be like, oh, 5% a week, like that's nothing. 5% a month, that's absolutely nothing. But if you compare this to some of the established professional prop firms out there, there's a few ones. You have the 5%ers and CTI. They will You guys know about the prop firm challenges, like the ones, you know, FTMO, which on FTMO you have to do like 10% profit first month, and then 5% profit on the next stage in 60 days. And most people fail at that. And then you have the 5%ers and the CTI. They will give you a, I believe, 10% profit target for 6 months. So if you can make 10% profit trading the Forex market in a 6 month period, you're officially a professional funded Forex trader. So if you take that and you see like, well, if, because I've seen a lot of people talk about how 5 to 10% profit a month is not a lot. And it isn't a lot if you have the, you know, completely unrealistic expectations, which you probably get from if you join the world of trading through crypto Twitter. You're gonna have very unrealistic expectations on what profits to expect in the market. Remember, the absolute majority is losing a lot of money. Every day they're losing money. Like 95% of everyone is losing money consistently. So that's important to remember. So as long as you are at break even, or you're slightly above break even in profit, you're actually in the top 10 or 5% of everyone that tries this. So you got to switch mindset. Instead of having like insanely high expectations of what profits to make, your only expectation, your only goal should be to, first of all, stop losing, you know, be profitable. And if you can be consistently profitable for 2 or 3 months straight, you can then start looking at how can I improve my trading and my system to make more money, to increase that. Because you should never compare yourself to other traders' performance, because we're all very, very different. We are all trading from a very different mindset and personal trading style and all of that. So be careful and think about not to fall into that trap of thinking that you're going to become a millionaire in a couple of months from trading, because that's never going to happen. For that to happen, you probably need to have already a couple of 100,000 USD to trade with, and even at that point, you're never going to be doubling that amount of money. Doubling an account in 1 year is hard but possible. Doubling an account in a month is possible, but it requires luck, right? Doubling your account in a year requires you to do, I believe, like 8% on average a month. Now that's possible, but it requires you to have a very good trading system that is able to consistently provide you with a 7R or 7% profit return on average every month, which means that some will be 2% profit, some will be like 15% profit. Like it's very hard, right? But it's definitely doable to double an account in a year. But remember that even if you make, you know, 50% profit in a year, you should be very, very happy, very, very happy with that. And if somebody says to you that they like, if somebody says to you that, you know, oh, 5% a month, you know, 5% a month or 10% a month, that's nothing, I make 50% a month, blah 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 blah. If they say that, well, ask them to take the FTMO challenge. Ask them to join a prop firm. Let them give you proof of being funded traders, because if they can make 20, 30, 40, 50% a month, there's investors and prop firms out there ready to give them hundreds of thousands of dollars to trade. And yeah, you can definitely make millions with that sort of return if you're able to do that consistently. So please remember, guys, that it's small returns compounds over time, and that's what trading is all about. This is an interesting question. Do you think people who post 100 times leverage trades are actually winning consistently? Well, I trade on 100 times leverage on Prime XBT, right? So leverage doesn't really matter. Now, if you're trading using I mean, leverage doesn't matter, man. Like, the leverage you're using, it all depends on your trades. Or so, if you're trading on a crypto exchange with isolated leverage, where you can actually select the specific leverage for the specific trade that you're taking, like on Binance or other exchanges like FTX, where you have like isolated leverage, and not like Prime XPT where you have cross leverage where your whole account is leverage. If you see people post trades with isolated leverage of like 100 to 120, and they're making money, I mean, of course they can win consistently doing that, but it's not like they're gonna make 100 times more money. I mean, they're still probably risking, so they have a trade and they risk 1% of their account on that trade, and they use 100 times leverage, and it's a 2R winner. They're still going to make 2% on their account. They're still going to win 2% of their account on that trade. It's not like they're going to be making, it's all about the risk. It's not like they're going to be making, just because it's a 10 times or 100 times leverage trade, they're not going to make 200%, because if they make 200% on a 2R trade, they have to risk their whole account on one trade for that to be possible. Now, can you be profitable risking your whole account on one trade? No, never. You're never going to be able to be profitable risking your whole account. I would say that you should never go over 4%. If you go over the 4% per trade threshold, you will have drawdowns, which will make it impossible for you to come back into into profits. So because imagine if you have imagine if you risk 4% per trade and you have a 10 trade losing period, you're down 40%. And when you're down 40%, well, I think actually you would be down closer to 50%. When you're down that much, you have to actually double your account to get back to break even. So it's leverage does not matter. It's all about risk management. And does it really matter though? People trading, people posting 100 times leverage trade, does it really matter? Because all they're trying to do is to suck you in, right? All they're trying to do, either they're trying to like post results and say like, look at this, I'm awesome, love me, or they post that to tell you like, look at this trade, join my community and you can make this amount of money and you'll become a millionaire overnight. I mean, that's bullshit, right? And that's one of the reasons why I don't want to market my community as a signal service or a place where I give you trade signals or stuff to follow. Basically, what I do in my community, in the trading room, is I post all the trades I'm taking. All the trades I'm personally taking, I post them in the Trade Ideas channel. And then it's up to you to do whatever you want with that. But it's a way for me to be transparent, to show you how I'm trading, why I'm taking the trades. The system is actually working. And I want to show you the reality of trading. It's not about taking 10 trades a day and making millions. For me, it's about taking around 10 trades a month and making a relatively small percentage gain a month. But the trading capital is big enough for those percentage to make me money, right? And how much money is that? Well, let me tell you that you probably need somewhere around $100,000 before you can start trading professionally and full time. If you don't have that amount of money, it's better to try to get funded. And to get funded with a 100K account or a 200K account, at that point, you probably want to have like a 200K account, because you have a profit split of around 50%, right? So if you're trading a 100K account personally, and you want a funded account to make the same amount of money, and it's a 50% profit split, you obviously need a 200K account. So without money, none of you will ever be profitable in trading, and that's just the reality of trading. And that's why it's so sad to see people selling signal services to people that they know doesn't have the money to actually make a significant amount of money on those trades, right? It's much better to give people an educational service and say like, This is how you're supposed to be trading. These are the expectations you should have. This is how you develop a system, and then take that knowledge, develop a system, and apply for funding. Because following signals and following signal services is never going to help you out. It's never going to help you. It's just gonna, like, it's never going to help you. I'm pretty sure a lot of you watching this who have followed other traders' signals, you probably don't have the best experience. Even if those traders posting the signals are profitable, some way you've managed to select the losing trades, right? That's the reason for that. That's the reason for that. Because when you, I don't know why, and I don't know the logic behind it, but like from all my years of experience, when following other traders, you tend to get the worst out of that. You tend to get the worst out of that. I don't know why, but it just doesn't really work out. All right, AUD CAD. I like AUD CAD, and I do actually think AUD CAD could be a 1. So we're gonna move that to 1. AD NCD. I do like this. So it's going to be a 1. GBP, JPY. It's in a major range, but it has a break and retest right here, and that looks pretty good. And so we have to look at the economic news calendar as well, because we have GBP news coming up here. We have the Bank of England interest rate decision in 3 hours, right? So there's not going to be a trade on, no entry on any of the GBP pairs today. So GBP, JPY right here, but it's still a 1. I do like it though. GBP AD, not a trade. Euro JPY, is this a 1 or 2? That's a, I think it's going to be 1. CAD CHF is going to be a 1. GBP USD a 1. NCD CAD also 1. So a lot of 1s here. A lot of ones I like, which has potential to give us some trades, maybe today, tomorrow, next week. I don't really care when, right? So I don't really care when these trades are going to activate. The only thing I care about is if they activate. And if they activate a trade setup, we are going to trade it. And it doesn't matter when, only if. And what I mean by that is, a lot of people might say, you know, I need a trade today. I need to take a position on it. Like I need to be in a trade, right? You all know that feeling. I have that feeling right now. I really do. Really want to take a position on just anything, just anything, right? Because it feels weird. I've been in a position, I entered, I believe I entered the trade on Friday, closed it on Monday or Tuesday. I haven't been in a trade since then. And it feels weird because I'm a trader. I do this for a living. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. And part of that is not trading. AD USD looks very good. That's a 1. USD CHF, that's a 1 as well. Ethereum and Bitcoin, you know, Ethereum looks very good. Very, very, very good. Ethereum looks very good for a trade here. This is a nice level, right? And also pretty decent fib levels here as well. So yeah, this looks good. Ethereum is ready for a potential trade here in the, you know, if it confirms. It probably won't confirm because it's moving lower. But this is a decent trade on Ethereum, so that's a 1. Bitcoin, nothing on Bitcoin. Gold, no. Okay, so that's the 1 list. It's a very big 1 list right here. Do we have anything that's kind of ready to give us a trade setup in the next few hours? And if we find that, we're gonna move it in the top of the list. GBP JPY, nothing here. Euro JPY, nothing. CAD CHF, maybe. So it's gonna move that up to the top. GBP USD, kind of like that one. NCD CAD, no. GBP CAD, nothing here as well. I do like NCD USD. Euro USD also looks very interesting, so we're gonna move that up. AD/USD looks very good. USD CHF also very good. And then we have Ethereum. So right now we have a couple of interesting ones right here. And I think what we should be doing here is we should keep all of this on the first list, and we're going to move this down to the second list. So there we have it. That's my current watch list and my current outlook. So we have the first list right here. Let's move Ethereum down because it's a crypto. So we have the first list, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 pairs right now. I'm not going to look any more on the second list, and maybe tomorrow I'll take a look at the second list. I'm not going to look at the third list for this week. I'm going to be focused on the first list. Now, why do I have AD CAD on here? No idea. Let's move that to the second one. So we have six pairs right now. So let's look at the actual setups here. So look at the actual setups here. So that's the fib. That's the fib right there. That's the rejection. All right, so look at the stochastics RSI here on CAD CHF is way off. But we can, it might reset here. So let's look at what would the risk to reward be here? So something like that. That's going to be the CAD CHF trade. Not really sure about this one. It's not that good looking, so I'm moving it down. We got GBP USD. This is interesting because we're looking at this level right here. Not perfect. Not perfect at all, but still interesting. And with the GBP news coming out in a few hours, we might actually have some decent price action right here that might confirm this. So a break and retest of the 50% fib would be what I'm looking for a trade here, and that would be like stop loss below the weekly open, 2.5 hour trade on average. That's good. As you see here that it's been about an hour. So during this hour of the live stream, I went through all the altcoins on Prime XPT, and I made the green list right here with good trending altcoins to watch throughout the day, throughout the week. And I've also went through all the major and minor Forex pairs and the crosses between them, as well as the major indices and Bitcoin and Ethereum. And I'm now in the process of going through this list to find like what's the actual setups looking like on the most interesting Forex pairs. So it took me 1 hour to do this on a live stream. Now remember, I'm also talking a lot about random stuff, and I'm talking about what I'm doing specifically when adding all the tools to this chart. If I would have done this without doing a live stream, the scanning part would be going like this. It would be very, very quick, and I would just look at the trends, right, and then would automatically add them to the list, right? And it would probably take me, instead of 1 hour, it would probably take me 20 minutes. So and this is actually all the things I do when it comes to my job as a trader. I spend perhaps on total 1 hour a week of doing this top-down analysis, like 1 hour or maybe even 30 minutes. And then what I do is I spend no more than maybe 10 or 15 minutes every day to kind of update myself on this and manage the list and look if anything is confirming. So 10 to 15 minutes a day. Now you tell me that you don't have that time. Even if you have a very demanding job right now and you're only trading as a hobby, you have the time. You have the time to spend 1 hour a week and 10 to 15 minutes every day managing this, right? So there's no excuse. There's no excuse. And that's why I think most of you watching this, you're better off focusing on a swing trading system with a goal of having somewhere between one and three trades every week, instead of like, oh, I gotta trade. Like, take it easy, like one profitable trade a month. Like, the thing is, guys, like one profitable trade a month. If you take one trade, let's say, all right, so let's say you take 2 trades a month. One of them is a 1R loser, and the other one is a 1.5R winner. That means you're making 0.5% in profit that month. That is nothing, right? You might say, like, 0.5%, that's nothing. But remember, the fact that you took 2 trades, the fact that one of them was winner, the fact that you have a 50% win rate and profitable means that you are ahead of almost everyone out there. Remember that as much as 95 or even 97% of people that try to become good at trading, and they fail, they lose money, all right? If you can be profitable, you are in a top 5 or the top 10% of millions of people that is trying this out. So when you think about it, you need to trade less. You need to trade less and not focus on the number of trades you're taking, but focus on the quality of the trades that you are taking, and make sure that you're following a system, and make sure you're doing a good job following the rules of the system. Now, if you don't have a system, well, you're not even a trader, you're just gambling, right? So focus on that first. And in this webinar today, we're looking at scanning the markets and looking for good setups and that sort of stuff. But other times we will obviously look at developing systems and backtesting systems, and maybe come up with some ideas. I'm actually in the process right now of backtesting the pure PA break and retest system right here, as you can see right here, and surprisingly good results. You look at NCD USD actually had pretty bad result of 40% win rate, but your JPY here is like amazing, 75% win rate. So it's interesting, so definitely, if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe so you get notified whenever I go live, and whenever we look at these stuffs, and because I truly believe it's highly educational, and I do try to give you guys the reality of trading right here, because nobody like, after the whole, like, this business is ugly, all right? This whole trading business and influencer trading business and crypto Twitter influencer bullshit, like, it's a tricky and it's an ugly business out there. I don't know if you've seen, but I believe it's the SEC have so yesterday on Twitter became like a big thing with the SEC suing a couple of FinTwit stock influencer accounts, like I believe Zach Morris was one of them, for basically pump and dumping and doing all these stuff, kind of manipulating prices and dumping it on their followers. Like, guys, like, I want you guys to I want to get rid of that. We're never going to get rid of that, but one way for you to not fall victim to that is to become independent, right? Become independent and create a system. Like, and you look at Twitter, you see a trading setup, and you see somebody like talking about a coin, like, oh, all my followers made like millions of dollars on this coin, like, join my community, like, it's gonna be great. You look at that, you're gonna be like, all right, that's cool, but I have my own system, and I'm able to be completely free and completely independent. I don't need that. I don't need any of that, right? And that's the goal of my community. I want you guys to join my community with the goal of you hopefully not needing to be in that community when you're done, right? To give you the tools necessary to really, take your trading to the next level, which you're never going to be doing if you don't develop your own system. Right, so use this chef right here. Let's get break and retest coming up here. I think that would be the level. So when I say break and retest, I'm perhaps ahead of the weekly open right here as well. 80 USD. Well, this is obvious, right? It's obvious what we're looking for right here. I'm going to see a break and retest of the 50% fib here, confluent with the 20 EMA and 4 hour. Very good risk to reward here. I'm saying very good, but it's like 2.6. And usually, because I'm entering inside the reload zone and break and retest of the 50, most of my trades will have somewhere between 2 and 3 risk to reward on average. And it's based on, I mean, it's based on the fact that I have a very strict take profit strategy going. And I know that, you know, this is TP1, this is TP2, this is TP3, and this is TP4. And if I follow that plan, my average exit will always be in the middle of these two fib levels. So I can quickly see if the trade is worth taking by moving the long tool here. And now it says right here, it says 2.6 R trade, and as long as it's 2 or above, I'm going to take the trade. Because if I do, and this is the crazy part, if I do follow my system perfectly, I have like a 75% win rate. Now if you look, if I look at my trading portfolio, my trading journal for the month of November, the win rate was 40%, right? 40%. So I really did, like, I did make 3R that month, but 40%, I mean, I definitely fucked up. And if I go in and I look at the details of the journal, and I look at all the trades where that was according to plan, that win rate jumps up to 62%. So from 40% to 62% by just following the plan. And instead of having a 3R profit, it's a 7R profit. So it's like extremely frustrating. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of you can relate to this. I mean, you're looking at your trade journal, you're going through everything, and you're like, if I only follow the system, I would have made like double the amount of money and taking like half the amount of trades. And that's just the reality of trading, guys. Like, that's just the reality of trading. We trade too much. Everyone just trades too much. It's just over trading, right? One of the biggest problems in trading is over trading. So be careful. Be careful. The less you trade, the more profitable you will be. Unless you follow the rules exactly every time you enter a trade. But the market is not going to give you the market is going to give you a select number of trades. If the system you're trading is giving you 10 trades per month, you can't trade more than 10 times a month, right? So if you get 10 trades a month on average, it means that your system is giving you 10 trades a month. It's not like you're gonna say, oh, you know what, next month I'm gonna trade 15 trades on average. I'm gonna trade 15 trades on average, which means that you're gonna be adding 5 trades to your trading journal, which is not according to the plan. And that's the whole idea of over trading, right? You're adding more trades than what your system is actually designed to give you. The risk to reward on this trade is 3.85. It's very good, but if you go with the break and retest of the 50, it's only going to be 2. Not that good. I think the stop loss could be down here. So this is a good level as well. Euro USD. We get like CAD CHF. We already looked at that one, but the average on this one is going to be 2.6. So that's definitely acceptable if we enter inside the reload zone. And Ethereum BTC, very good risk to reward on this one. It's going to be closer to 2.4, 2.5. So that's a good one. All right, guys, that's it. I think I'm done with the overall market update and the market scan right here. I don't want to focus too much on fundamentals and macro analysis today. Today was strictly technicals, and that's why that's the way I like to do it. You know, you focus on the chart, focus on price, focus on technical analysis, focus on trends, and the only real focus on fundamental analysis and macro events is this news calendar right here. And I basically try to see. All right, so we had the Swiss interest rate decision. How is that not a major news event on EC on daily FX? I'm really not liking daily FX as much anymore as financial juice, because honestly, like, how is not the Swiss interest rate decision a major news event given the current situations in Europe? That's stupid. Anyway, it's a 50 basis point hike on the Swiss central bank. Nothing out of the ordinary right here, and that obviously explains why we saw USD CHF and CAD CHF moving like it did, because it happened like not long ago. It happened 40 minutes ago. All right, guys, thanks for watching. And when live again? Yes, good question. Probably, I don't know. Tomorrow around the same time, probably. I'm probably going live like tomorrow around the same time, doing this new market update, morning update tomorrow as well. It's probably gonna be quicker. Probably gonna be like a 30-minute live stream at that time. So yeah, around 8 or 9 a.m. UTC, probably. So same time tomorrow. All right, guys, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.